welcome to Travel a la Mode, exclusively on U.S. Airways. I'm Janine Cota, and today we're off to Southern California.
Travel a la Mode is made possible by Storage Tech and by Benihana.
Thanks again to Storage Tech and Benihana. Everyone knows that Los Angeles is the capital of style on the West Coast. So while I'm here, I'm going to give myself a little star treatment. I'm a Syndicate salon where celebs like Paula Abdul and Carney Wilson get cut, colored, and blown dry. The team here at Syndicate is going to be giving me my own little version of a Hollywood makeover. While the team here works its magic, let's take a look at some of the places I've been so far in Southern California. Now, this isn't going to be your typical tour of Tinseltown, mind you. No rubbernecking at movie premieres, no snapping photos on Hollywood's Walk of Fame. Nope, we're going to be relaxing on some pristine beaches, downing a few at some local night spots, and we're going to visit one of the region's best wineries. But before all that, let's see what the Syndicate team has in store for me. All right, guys.
Lose the glasses.
Drop the curl.
Ditch the red lipstick.
Okay, well, while the team completely transforms me, let's take a look at my first stop. 90 miles north of here, the exquisite and exclusive seaside resort of Santa Barbara.
The best thing about Santa Barbara is the weather. Anyone will tell you that's been here throughout December, January, middle of the summer, it always stays mid-climate, about the same temperature, probably from 60s to 80s. So very nice temperature and nice people.
Has to be the gorgeous ocean and the people. The people are fabulous.
Have you spotted any celebs here?
I have. I've seen Rob Lowe. I was actually at work and he ran past my desk and kind of looked and whew, he's cute.
I've seen Steve Martin and John Cleese, and I can't really remember.
I've seen Melissa Joan Hart, and a couple of my friends ran into Britney Spears at the Coral Casino, and my other friend saw Reese Witherspoon out in front of her store in Montecito.
Santa Barbara is Southern California's Riviera, a dramatic mix of mountains, beaches, sea, and great weather. No wonder its red-tiled roofs have sheltered the rich and famous for more than a century. The city draws a mix of old money, new money, and SUV-driving California hippies.
And when it comes to food and wine, no city does it better. So I'm going to kick this trip off with a little taste of Santa Barbara. Right behind me is one of the city's most famous restaurants, Bistro 1111, located here at the historic Radisson Hotel. The hotel's Erica Metzger is joining me today, and we are in the middle of devouring the most scrumptious meal prepared by executive chef Michael C. Brown. Michael, it's extraordinary. Tell us, what do you have going on here?
Well, we've got a grilled cold water salmon with tarragon cream and French beans. We are also serving a local's favorite. It's a fried brie with a zesty raspberry sauce. It's been spiked up with a little bit of horseradish.
Now, Erica, this hotel has a very rich history. Tell us a little bit about that. The original building's been here since 1931. Back there it was the Hotel Marmonte. Since then, it's had lots of different uses. They used it for a military hospital during World War II, as well as the press headquarters during the Reagan administration. We have 173 guest rooms, and your views are either going to be looking at the ocean or the mountains, which is really nice. Our rooms are very spacious. Our hotel actually is the perfect location. We're right across the street from the beach. We're about a mile from downtown. Family getaways, we have the zoo, which is located right behind us. And also romantic getaways, couples can come up. Like I said, the beach is right there, and people actually love to get married up here. We have weddings on the beach, and people can have their receptions here, and thank you so much. The only problem is now I'm going to have to work off all these extra calories with an afternoon of golf. Just take a look around me, and you'll see why there's nowhere like Santa Barbara for golf. I'm at Sandpiper Golf Club, rated by Golf Digest as one of the top 25 public courses in the U.S. We've got the Pacific over here, the Santa Ynez Mountains over there, and all of this beautiful green in between. I myself am not a golfer, but I'm willing to take up the sport just to spend a few hours right here. That's why I've asked Greg Villeneuve to give me a few lessons. He's the golf director here at Sandpiper. Hey, Greg.
Hi.
Greg is helping me with my putting here on the 11th green. It's a par 3, and I'm all for keeping my score a secret. Now, Greg, tell me, other than this phenomenal view, what will golfers love about this course?
Well, obviously the views here are very important, but more importantly, we do offer 18 holes of championship golf located just minutes from downtown Santa Barbara. And as you can see, wintertime here in Santa Barbara is perfect, 65 degrees, sunny blue skies.
So now you're going to tell me what I need to get this shot.
Right, well obviously the ocean's off your left shoulder, so the ball's going to break toward the ocean. Greens are very fast here at Sandpiper, so go ahead and keep speed in mind.
Greg, thank you so much for a wonderful time. Now I'm off to see what the Santa Barbara nightlife is all about. I'm off to the Brew House where they microbrew the suds right on the spot. I'm here at the Brew House where I'm going to be pitching in behind the bar. This place is a favorite among Santa Barbarians. It's kind of a mix between surfer hangout and family restaurant. The cuisine is all American. You can get everything here from filet mignon enchiladas to macadamia encrusted halibut, burgers and ribs. I'm here with one of the four owners, Pete Johnson.
The key is passion. You need to start out with good ingredients, all right equipment, but the bottom line is the people making the beer have to really care about it. Malted barley, it's a grain. We add the grain in this tank behind me. In there the starch converts to sugar. We run it into the brew kettle. In the brew kettle we add the second main ingredient, the hops.
How do I acquire an informed palate for beer?
Practice. Drink as much beer as often as you can.
It looks dark.
Oh, don't be afraid of the dark.
This place is slamming. What is your secret?
First off, with Gary Jacobson's fine cooking. They come for the home cooking. And of course, there's a very lively atmosphere. Whenever I travel, the first thing I do is ask the locals, where shall I go? And that's what you see here tonight. They ask the locals where to go, and they say, the Brew House.
All right, I confess. I think that's the best beer I've ever tasted.
Well, thank you. Hope you enjoy.
Well, I'm going to stay here and savor my microbrew just a little bit longer, and then I'm going to hit the sack because we're up bright and early in the morning, heading up the coast to California's central wine country. I figured since we conquered the hop here, we might as well stomp on some grapes. Just a few hours north of Santa Barbara is the heart of Central California's wine country. It's home to some of the best grapes in the world. California Cabernets and Syrahs are truly exceptional. I'm here taking a stroll through the vineyard of Summerwood Winery in Paso Robles, where they've just finished the harvest. Our tour guide is Summerwood's winemaker, Scott Hawley. It's his palate that truly drives this place. Before coming here, Scott was Brown-Forman's Winemaker of the Year. Do you have your own personal winemaking philosophy or approach?
Basically, what it amounts to is Mother Nature's giving you this raw material. Your job is mainly to sort of direct and guide them. It's a creative process, but it's not a manufacturing process. So I would say that stylistically, I try to just sort of let the grapes become what they were grown to become. And in the process, you just try to manage them along the way.
How much of this winemaking process is science and how much of it is your gut?
That's a good question. Well, initially, I would say science is a very important part of it. But that's not necessarily making wine. That's a chemical process. Making wine, I think, comes from the gut. It comes from the palate. It comes from taste. It comes from instinct and passion. So aside from the fact that it is chemistry based, I would say the majority of it actually lies within personal instinct and sort of personal passion more than anything.
So here we are, my favorite part of the process, the tasting room, open 7 days a week all year long. Scott has just poured us a glass of Summerwood's signature Diosa. Now Scott, tell us about some of the flavors we're experiencing here.
Well, this particular wine is a Rhone varietal blend. So it's a blend of Syrah, Mourvedre, and Grenache. So the Syrah is going to bring forth blueberry and blackberry jam, some smoky notes, a little toast. The Mourvedre is going to provide a little bit of a peppery quality and a little bit of cedar and an earthy note, while the Mourvedre is going to come forward with some plum and maybe a little bit of honey.
Okay. Thank you so much. And now I'm going to take everybody on a tour of the Summerwood Inn.
Summerwood Inn is a great place to unwind. Majestic oaks, rolling vineyards, cozy decor. You just want to curl up with a glass of wine and a good book, or a significant other, and let go. And letting go is easy. The staff at the inn does almost everything for you from the moment you arrive. The service is attentive but not invasive. They happen to appear just when you need them, and they know all the best sites in Paso Robles. But of course, there's not really any reason to go anywhere. Summerwood's executive chef prepares a full gourmet breakfast to order every morning, and there are wine and appetizers every afternoon for those feeling peckish before dinner. For anyone on a trip up the coast, Summerwood is a must-see.
As much as I hate to leave here, my trip to the California Riviera is over. But I can't think of a better ending than sitting here sipping wine with this incredible view at Summerwood. The trip's not over yet. There's still some great beaches south of LA that I want to check out. But first, let's get a status report on my new look. Brian?
Well, currently I'm foiling your hair, adding some dimension through color. The light is going to reflect off the color, so when Daniel goes to cut your hair, you're going to see more movement than you would if we did not color your hair.
Daniel, what role will you play?
Well, we're going to go ahead and blow dry your hair first, and then we're going to go ahead and notch into your hair to create short bits and long bits, so it gives a little bit more movement to the hair when it's straightened, also when it's curly.
And Hope, what about my makeup?
We're going to open up your eyes, use softer colors on your face, and really brighten up your look.
Well, while all this is taking place, let's see those beaches. We're here at pristine Manhattan Beach. We're just a few minutes outside of Los Angeles, but you might as well be in another world. Just take a look. Manhattan Beach is at the south end of Santa Monica Bay. It's one of Southern Cal's best spots for surfing. There's also some fantastic shopping, dining, and quite a hip nightlife here. Believe it or not, we're only about 3 miles from LAX, so if you happen to be here on business and want to treat yourself to a mini vacation, well, you can catch a wave in the morning and still make it into the city in time for that lunch meeting. Well, we found just the place to stay, too, the Marriott Manhattan Beach. This place combines the best of both worlds. It's a 26-acre resort with a golf course, pool, and health club, not to mention the almost 400 rooms that come fully equipped with every amenity attractive to the business traveler. Brian Churchill is the Director of Sales and Marketing here at the Marriott, and we're going to get in a few holes before lunch.
The great thing about the hotel is it's really centrally located in the Los Angeles area. So as far as local attractions, it can be something famous like Disneyland or simply 1.5 miles away to the beautiful Pacific Ocean. Marriott has the room that works, and it's basically designed around the business traveler's needs. Ergonomically designed chair with a workspace area, as well as high-speed internet. We also have Wired for Business, which is a bundling of all the services available for the business traveler. Whoa, there you go.
Well, Brian, I don't know about you, but my shoulders are just a little bit sore from all this golf, so I think I'm going to hit the jacuzzi before dinner.
Sounds great.
And after we check out of the Marriott Manhattan Beach, we're going to check out the artist haven of Laguna Beach. The quiet, small-town charm of Laguna Beach makes it the perfect place to wind down after all the activity of the past few days. But there's more to soak up here than just the sun. With its museums, galleries, and theater, well, Laguna Beach has become quite the cultural mecca. Today, Laguna attracts art lovers from around the world with its festivals like the Pageant of the Masters, the Sawdust Festival, and the Laguna Beach Film Festival, to name a few. Not to mention, it is also quite famous for its absolutely breathtaking sunset views. And well, we've discovered just the place for you to have your own personal piece of this fabulous coastline, the Sunset Cove Villas. We're barbecuing here at the Sunset Cove's Antigua Villa. Is it any wonder that people feel creative with views like this? Manning the coals here is Tim O'Neill, the manager of General Services. Tim, how are our steaks coming?
I think they're just about done.
helping me to prepare our meal are Tim and some of his friends. Hello, ladies.
Hello, how are you?
Okay, so this is my first time to Laguna. Where do I go? What do I do?
Well, you can go to any of the great restaurants in the area, and you can also go to the art galleries, and there's tons of shopping.
Lots of shopping in the great boutiques right across the way.
All within walking distance?
All within walking distance. Down the beach, down the street. The only problem is carrying all the bags home.
Now, what about some of the places that only the locals know about?
Ooh, there's a hot spot right across the street. It's Musan's, it's a sushi bar, and it also has a nightclub inside. It's great.
Lots of fun.
Tim, let's talk about the villas. What are some of the amenities that we can expect with the Sunset Cove experience?
Well, we provide a turnkey environment for our guests. So when they come in, they're walking into a home, all ready to go. We have 1, 2, and 3 bedroom villas.
Well, not to mention, I'm sure that every one of these villas is as luxurious as this one is, and yet you still feel very comfortable?
Yes, they are. They're all very comfortable. They've all been professionally decorated. We take a great amount of pride in keeping up our product here also.
There is nothing like a good beer after a long trip. And if you're headed to Los Angeles, you have got to come check out T.H. Brewster's, the new brew pub at 4 Points by Sheraton. It's just a few minutes from LAX. And if you happen to be touring around Los Angeles, the hotel makes a very convenient home base. I am sharing a beer with Philip Baxter, the Vice President and General Manager of the hotel. Philip, I hear you got some of the best beers in the world here. Educate me.
We have 75 bottles of beer on our list, and yes, it is designed to be the best beer in the world. And what we do is we educate all our customers on the neglected culinary territory of beer.
So being the beer sommelier that you are you the one that came up with this idea for a pub?
Yes, it was. The beer sommelier idea was kind of a tongue-in-cheek way of saying what we do.
Well, now, I understand that Tuesday evenings, you're also the host of the LA Jazz Masters series.
Right, and LA Jazz Masters series really showcases the venerables of LA Jazz, such as Al Viola, who was Frank Sinatra's guitar player for 35 years, and also gives our customers a chance to come down and be in the hotel, as opposed to feel that they have to go outside the hotel for activities.
Well, I have to tell you that speaking from experience, the hotel is great for people who fly the red eye because you've got 24-hour check-in and check-out, and the gym and the business center are open around the clock.
Yeah, I think the obvious answer is that we listen to our customers. 24-hour check-in, check-out was a lot of fun because it breaks down the traditional rules of the hotel business and enables guests who tell us when they're coming to keep their room for 24 hours and to get the room when they arrive.
Philip, thank you so much. My beer palate is definitely better informed, and I have had a delightful stay in your hotel. Well, that about does it for our trip through Southern California. I'm off really early in the morning, but before that, I'm getting a whole new look for a night out on the town. And now the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's see what the team at Salon Syndicate has done. Oh my gosh, you guys, complete transformation. Tell me again what you did so I can repeat it at home.
Well, Brian went ahead and highlighted your hair for some shine and some definition. I went ahead and chopped into it a little bit, and Hope softened your makeup and made you a little bit bronzy and softened your mouth. I think it looks great.
It looks phenomenal. Thank you guys all so much.
You're welcome.
I cannot wait to show off the new me. That's all I can say. And I hope that you've enjoyed our trip to the California coast as much as I have. Please join us again here on U.S. Airways for Travel a la Mode. I'm Janine Cota.
Travel a la Mode is made possible by Storage Tech, your ally in the data center, and by Benihana, an experience at every table.